thrift haul video. My name is Richie with Abundant Tags INC on eBay. Went to 2 thrift shops today. Let's get right through this pile here. We're going to start with this spell out logo polo embroidery fleece hoodie. So anytime that it has like the flags and stuff like that, those are extra keywords that you could put in the title to sell it and to market it. Gives it extra features. Brooks Brothers Fitzgerald 1818 wool pants. So just want to make a disclaimer here. The items that I'm getting, I'm not saying to copycat and get these items. I'm just marketing and showing what I'm getting and picking up in my store. Here's a Detroit Tigers baseball authentic collection hoodie. This hoodie I'm not going to make that much money on. I just like selling sports stuff, so that's why I got that one. I'm not telling you to buy that one. Here's Brooks Brothers double-breasted with a peak university blazer. Now this one, if you find this, I paid $6.49 for it. I would buy this one with the 6-button logos to put in my store, and it's vintage. There's a lot of keywords here, and even though it's a competitive market in the suits, blazers, and sport coat category, you want to, if you're just getting started and new into this, get the best possible suits that you can find to put in your store if you want to do that. Here's an on-field apparel Eagles polo shirt. Don't just do what I do and try to copycat it or wonder why things aren't selling in your store. It's because you don't have an understanding. I have 500 suits in my store. So the comments yesterday were the Burberry's vintage blazer that I picked up. If you only have 3 suit jackets or blazers in your store and no history of selling any suit jackets, blazers, or anything, then don't pick up that Burberry's blazer. But the Faith Fashion Finds, he bought it for $1. It's been in his store for a year. He's complaining he hasn't sold it. He got a $15 offer on it. Sell it for 15 bucks. You paid $1 for it, and then now you know not to pick that up and take the money and buy something better next time. And do that. That's advice for anybody. If you have something sitting in your store for a long time, it's not getting any bites, maybe you shouldn't have picked it up. Maybe, you didn't market it correctly. Just sell it, get rid of it, and buy something else because you should be a better reseller now. Here's Polo by Ralph Lauren, silk linen pants. And, I'm not saying that to be rude or anything. I just want to help people raise their awareness of what's happening here. Here's a military cargo pants, double knees, very cool. Canali wool pants. And also on that tip too, if I have 500 suit jackets and blazers in my store and you only have a couple, why would somebody buy your vintage Burberry's over mine when I have better feedback, history of selling other suits, better pictures, photos, better description, titles. Not every piece of clothing is the same. If we each have this same wool Abercrombie sweater, you might be able to market it better than I can, and same size, same style, same price, have a different title structure than me and sell it for way more than I can, and vice versa. It's how you market it and the keywords you're using, your feedback, all that stuff, what you're promoting, that all contributes to it. So that's why it's not cookie cutter. Like, you can't copycat other people's stores. Tom Ford, it won't work. I've tried it before, guys. For like the first 3 years of my reselling business this time around, from 2019 to 2021, all I did was try to copycat what other eBay resellers were doing, like especially the big guys, not realizing that, dude, they already have a following. 560 Levi's, they have really great feedback. They're known for selling in these categories. Why would I feel like I can command or sell something for as much as they are? Here's Burton snowboard pants if I'm just getting started or I'm new to the category. That's why, everything sellers, it's a little harder than niche down sellers, because somebody who's niche down, they become, they get to raise through the rankings of, beginner, intermediate, advanced, professional, expert level, because all they're doing is listing the same type of stuff over and over again. They get faster at it, they get better at it, and they get a faster reputation on it, and they get nuanced in it. Here's a Refrigerator, and I love these overalls, these snow type of overalls, workwear. I actually paid up for this $25. A lot of people were passing on this. It's style 541, but comps are all over the place, and definitely going to pick up some good profit on that. 560s, Levi's. Here's another one, this salute to service. I like the Eagles, so I picked this up. I'm not telling you to pick up this salute to service. I paid $12.99 for it. I'm being real about this, right? I just like the Eagles, and I want to get Eagles fans some Eagles gear. So that's like a fun one for me. Jose Bank Clothiers, and this is a two-piece. Also, the Eagles are hot right now. You know, it's going to get people into my store having an item like that. So that's part of the marketing. This is part of my marketing. So you just have to like really ask questions to figure out why I'm doing certain things, because I do certain things sometimes that I don't even know why I'm doing them, but it's all part of helping my reselling business and my eBay store grow. That's why I do these videos. And I also want to help anybody that I can. Here's a tuxedo two-piece. And I know I'm like long-winded here on this video, but I just want to, you know, raise some awareness here that, you know, it's not just a spade is a spade. Like this Yves Saint Laurent, right? There's different sizes, different patterns. There's all different stuff with this suit. If you and I both have the same exact suit, or maybe it's not, maybe your size is different, maybe the color is different. That all is a nuance. The way that you title it, if it's different than mine, is different. It's going to show up in the search differently for your customer that's trying to buy it. Took me a long time to figure that part out. Ralph Lauren, and it might be too steep of a gradient for most people to understand that, and that's fine too, because I didn't understand it either. Stafford, herringbone, I'm like, what are these guys talking about? Like, it's the way that you market it, like my title structures. You know, this university blazer, the way that I title this, you know, it's going to be Brooks Brothers, or sorry, Chaps, blazer, size, men, or I won't even have men in there, size 42R example, blue color, right? Like, so the way that it's in search for me in my store, is how it's going to show up for somebody typing something in. You might have the same exact blazer as me, and I might show up on page 5, and you might show up on page 99, or vice versa. You know, and then I also rank, you know, in the top 100 for suits and blazers, where if somebody's ranking 1,000 or more, mine is going to show up on the first couple pages compared to yours. So that's how, you know, these bigger sellers and people who know what they're doing in these eBay spaces and in these categories, that's how they're able to command premiums and establish and build a reputation and their stores in these marketplace and success. So successful action. I've sold this a bunch of times. I'm going to sell it again. If you go into my history, you'll see feedback. Great suit, fit great, blah, blah, blah. So when somebody's looking at this suit, which is a Ralph Lauren suit, then they're going to look at my feedback, because that's what a buyer does, right? They're going to see what the price is. They're going to check and see if I have other suits in my store, and that's going to establish credibility. They're going to be like, okay, this guy has a bunch of different suits. He must know what he's doing. Even though I probably don't know what I'm doing, the customer's perception might perceive it as this guy knows what he's doing. You know, plus 12,000 items sold, a whole bunch of stuff, you know, and he only sells men's clothing. There's not like, you know, a tennis racket in there, a baseball bat. This guy's like really big into suits. He has a category for it in his store catalog. Hey man, I just want to help as many people as possible grow their stores. I feel like I get like a little bit of slack sometimes from people because they just don't understand, and I get it. And then they kind of get like angry, like, well, you know, why are you picking that up? Like, just ask me, like, why are you picking that up? And then I can explain it, why I did. And if you still don't understand, then ask a follow-up question. So that way I can understand where you're coming from and why you don't understand why I'm picking something out, why I'm marketing it a certain way, title structuring it a certain way, etc., etc. Anyways, so Thrift Hall 129, fill with knowledge there. Really, really think about some of the things I'm saying here, because I mean, I was in reseller groups for a long time. I study this, I've researched this. I'm constantly working and beating on my craft on this, you know? So if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything, feel free to ask that. And I appreciate you guys, and I hope I can help somebody out, even if it's just one person. If one person understands what I'm saying, then this is a success. Or if one person buys something from my store, then this video is a success. And this is just one part of marketing. And oh yeah, also on the marketing tip, we have to buy things that people want. If you're new and just getting started on this, just buy the best possible items to put into your store. Don't buy garbage items. Don't just buy it just because it's $1 and just because you're going to list it. Like, actually, like, try to find the things that people are looking for, that people want, right? Don't try to buy something that's saturated, that there's a million, Levi's 511 jeans. I'm just using this as an example. If there's so many of those, why would you pick up those jeans instead of, these diesel hip hop jeans, or, these Tom Ford jeans, or whatever? You want to pick up the things that there's not as many sellers selling it for. And if you're new too, you're going to have to, make your price a little bit lower than what you're actually seeing comps for, because you're still establishing yourself. The people that have been doing this for a long time, that are promoting their listings, they're getting, top dollar for their jeans, and you'll be able to too. But you got to start and humble yourself in the beginning, and know that you're not going to be getting those prices that everybody else is doing. You might not even get the sale for that, simply because there's just so many of them, and you're getting into this competitive market. I'm not saying that you can't break out and bust into it. Just stay true to the craft, stay consistent. One item a day, every single day, will change your business. If you're not able to get at least one listing a day, every single day, it's changed my life. Thank you guys for watching.